if you're a Distrokid artist or band or songwriter, you have your music distributed through them, and you want to know, is it possible to get TV placements, movie placements, commercials, video game placements with those tracks that are distributed through Distrokid? The answer is yes, but it's not going to happen automatically, okay? And if you assume that maybe Distrokid is in the business of pitching your music to those kinds of opportunities, they are not. They are only in the business of distributing music to places like Spotify, Apple Play, Apple Music, sorry, not Apple Play, Apple Music, Google Play, et cetera, okay? So if you want your tracks to be considered for TV placements to earn sync fees, back-end royalties, and that extra supplemental source of income for your music career, watch this video, because first what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down their distribution agreement. This is dated as of August 27, 2019. So this is their most recent agreement. Obviously, you need to make sure that you are double checking if you're watching this video in the future. Make sure that nothing significant has changed. I don't have any reason to believe that anything probably significant will change to their terms, especially when it comes to licensing your music to TV shows, movies, and commercials. And I'm also at the end of this video going to give you some concrete steps for what you can do to put your tracks in the hands of people that make those decisions, that are looking for awesome original music, like the music that you create for their TV shows, commercials, video games, trailers, movies, you name it. Okay, so stay tuned through the whole video and you'll know what you can do there. First off, let's get started. This is the agreement, as I said. Some artists and bands think like, well, if Distrokid has my music, then I don't really get to control this music anymore as long as it's with them. Not true. Distrokid, right here in bold letters, doesn't take any copyrights or any interest in any of your music. Only a limited license to distribute, okay? So that's them telling you, you still control 100% of the copyrights, the masters of your music. You can do whatever else you'd like to do with your tracks, okay? So they're not telling you what you can and can't do outside of Distrokid. So that's the first indication that you would be clear to actually get your tracks placed in TV shows, movies, and commercials, okay? And then as you go further down your agreement, you'll see that they're basically telling you what they accept, what they're doing with their digital stores. But here's the important part I want to show you right here. This is under, well, actually the term as well. In case some of you guys didn't know how long your term is with Distrokid, it's actually 1 year. They say it right here. Will continue for 1 year unless renewed or terminated earlier. And the term will automatically renew at the end of each annual contract period. So basically, if you don't tell them you want to cancel your distribution agreement with them, it'll just continue for the additional year. Okay, and that's essentially what their business model is they're just charging you the fee to host your music and distribute it through all the channels. But they're not taking any back end, not taking any of your royalties, and they're not controlling any of the copyrights. Okay, they're just distributing your music. That's all they do. It's very fair, right? So here in the grants of rights, here's where it's important for you that want to get your tracks placed in TV shows. Pay attention to this, number 5. In order for us to distribute your recordings and related content to your selected digital stores, whatever one you select through their service, our lawyers and digital stores need us to confirm that you grant us the non-exclusive, this is the key word you need to pay attention to, sub-licensable right to license during the term and throughout the territory to, they're telling you all the things that they need the non-exclusive right to do, which is distribute your music. They might need to even do remixes or promote your music or to, use it as promotional material, all that kind of stuff they might do just to kind of promote Distrokid to other artists and bands out there. But this is the key word you need to be clued into right there. Non-exclusive, meaning you can put your tracks in the hands of people that can get you TV placements, movie placements, commercial placements. Okay, non-exclusive means exactly what it means, that they don't have to have exclusive rights to put your music into opportunities, into placements, into different mediums. You can do that as well. You can go to other places to find ways to monetize this music because you do control the copyrights. You do control the masters. Distrokid has told you in clear terms they have no rights or no claims to your music. So you have every right to go to somebody in the sync licensing business and put your tracks in front of them, okay? So what I would tell you to do, these are the actionable steps now that you can do to, again, push your music in front of the right people. Distrokid is not in the business of doing that. And if you think that just putting your music on Spotify and some music supervisor will randomly stumble across your track when there are millions of tracks and probably hundreds of thousands of other artists on there, it's like hoping you're going to win the lottery. Okay, so just hoping that you get discovered and somebody just stumbles across your music is not the winning strategy. I don't believe that's the way you're going to actually get there. You can follow in my footsteps. Okay, so what I do is I directly pitch my music to music libraries. Music libraries basically will gather a large collection of tracks from various composers, artists, songwriters, that kind of a thing. And then they will go actively pitch your music to supervisors and showrunners and editors and music editors and all the people that actually make that final call to place a track into a TV show, movie, or commercial. Okay. So what I would recommend for you to do is to click on the link in the description box. It gets you to my free 5-day online sync licensing course. That's where you're going to learn everything about the music licensing business. So if this is a brand new side of the industry for you, you haven't heard about this, you don't really know if it's something that actually could be applicable for you. First of all, let me put away one myth. It is not just for the A-list major label artists. Most music that gets placed on TV shows, movies, and commercials are from average Joes like me, maybe an average Joe like you. We don't have massive fan followings. We don't have tons and tons of people listening to our music or streaming or downloading our music. But if our music is licensable and it's useful for the libraries that we submit to, then we can actually start getting these placements, okay? It's one of the best kept secrets actually of the music business. And the reason why most producers and bands don't know anything about this is because it's really more a part of the TV industry, the film industry, than it is the music industry. Because what we're doing with this side of the business is we're directly pitching our music to get it placed on TV shows, movies, and commercials, right? Which is a different audience base. We're not sending music to, like iTunes or Spotify, trying to get consumers or fans to like it and share it and be in the sort of public side of things. We are now in a much smaller niche area where our client, our end consumer, is somebody that's going to place the track into a TV show, movie, or commercial, okay? So in this 5-day course, you're going to learn about what their needs are, what they're looking for, and how you can actually participate in this side of the business. So I personally have made it my complete focus, and it's been my full-time income for the last 10 years. You don't have to make it your full-time income or your full-time focus, rather. You can do this as sort of like a supplementary source of income to maybe some of the income you are making through Distrokid, obviously. But what you might discover, and this is what I discovered 10 years ago, is that I actually was getting more payments, I was getting more placements, I was getting more contracts. I was actually succeeding a lot more in the sync license side of the industry than I was trying to sell directly to fans and consumers and building up a fan base. That side of the business, I felt like it was just such a crapshoot. I was running in circles and I wasn't making the success and the results that I wanted. So when I started really focusing on this side of the business, that's when the real sort of the realization hit me that this is actually the path to full-time income for myself, okay? So the one thing I want to let you know, though, is that if you do submit to a music library and they say that they are exclusive, okay, so the opposite of a non-exclusive agreement saying you can submit your music anywhere, if you submit your music to a library exclusively, the only thing that I would say for you as a Distrokid artist, band, or songwriter, just let them know that from day one. You need to let them know that your music is available through Distrokid, through the various channels that you have your music distributed through. That needs to be up there right up front for a music library to be able to say, okay, we are fine with that. That's great. We love your music. Cool. Or some of them would say, well, we're not really comfortable with that. Do you have any other music that is not distributed through these stores that we might be able to use in place of those? So you just need to be aware of that from day one. I don't want to mislead you and make you think that like there'll be absolutely zero problems for you in the future. The best thing you can do is just be transparent about your licensing situation. If you are available and ready to start making new music for them, puts you in a much stronger position, absolutely. But you'd be surprised. There's a lot of exclusive libraries that will be comfortable with that as long as your music is high quality, mixed well, mastered well, and most importantly, licensable, meaning that it's actually useful for the music library, that they can actually take that music and pitch it to their clients. So don't wait on this. Go ahead and click on that link in the description box, and I'll see you in the free 5-day course.